Okay, so video 7 is all about systems and automation. Systems, the basic definition or acronym is to save yourself time, energy, and money. I am not going to go very much in detail about systems because I have lots of YouTubes out there about the systems that I use. There are tons of other Scentsy trainings out there for the systems that people use. The biggest thing that I want to say is that you need to find something that's going to work for you and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. But remember, a system is something that can be like handed off to somebody. So if you were to tell your husband what your customer follow-up system is, he should be able to somewhat take that over. So there should be some sort of set standard. Okay. So some tips for doing things like that is to give each day a topic. So for instance, Monday may be your customer day where you're going to catch up on all of your PWS mail. You're just going to do all things customer. Tuesday may be your drop-off day because that's the day you have to run into town to take your kids to gymnastics or whatever. You just want to run your days. Don't let the days run you. So don't feel like you have to go do drop-offs every single day. Let your customers know these are the days I do drop-offs. If you want it before then, you can do porch pickup. So just you decide what's going to work for you. If planning every day, like making it a specific day, doesn't work for you, that's okay. You just have to find your ebbs and flows. One thing that really does help me though is that I plan my week on Sunday. So every Sunday I write down all of the appointments that I have. I write down my must do's for each day. And then I write down a to-do list over to the side. The biggest thing about must do's versus to-do's is this onboarding director system video list has been on my to-dos for a long time. I never found time to do it, but that was because it wasn't necessary right then. This month, we've had a lot of directors promote. So it was necessary for me to stop and do this as a must do. Other to-dos can be set to the side. So make a to-do list and a must-do list. And that to-do list can run over. So you can keep transferring those things. But you always want to make sure that you're doing your income producing activities first. That's why I'm up late doing these videos, because I've already sponsored somebody. I've set up a launch party. I've closed a party. I've done all of the income producing things that I needed to do. When it comes to planning your week on Sundays, you want to make sure that you're being a daily goal setter and a goal getter. So it's okay if you don't get to everything on your list, but you definitely want to make sure that you're doing something income producing daily, because the things that you do daily and the things that you do consistently are what is going to pay off in the long run. And those are the things that are systematic in your business. It matters what your team sees you do daily over and over and over again. If your team is following you on social media, they should see you showing up daily, not just showing up at the end of the month and the beginning of the month when you're ready to close an order. They should see you sharing how you're using your products. They should see you not just posting flyers. You need to make sure that your team wants your job. So make it simple, make it look easy, don't make things overcomplicated. And remind your team that income producing activities should always be done first. So like I said, I'm going to set a link in the description of this where you can see all of the different systems that I have. If you want specific coaching about systems for your business, contact your upline director first. And then if I am your SSD, obviously you can reach out to me and we can set up some time. But I just want you to know that nobody can create a system for you. You can't just go print out my systems and be good to go. You have to decide what's going to work for you. I do still use my paper pencil systems in my Happy Planner. And I have things for leadership, for list building, for my personal business. And then just like checking things off for daily, weekly, and monthly for those things. Like I said, you need to make it work for you. When the next thing that I want to talk about is automation. If you have not watched my most recent new consultant onboarding video, I suggest you go watch that. When I say automation, that means that you want things to run for you. That means things like project broadcast campaigns. That means like Visly templates. That means making things more simple. It may take a little bit more time for me to set up that Visly template twice a year when the catalog changes, but that's going to save me so much time over the year when I'm ready for all of my new team members that join on the current catalog right now through a Visly template, right? Same thing with saved email templates. When it comes to the 10th of the month, I have emails that are already saved in my Google Drive and my Google Keep that are ready to go out for promotions, for paid at title, for shooting star, for frontline get to know you. I save all of those things so that I'm not having to recreate the wheel every single month. Once I've created it, it's pretty much good to go and I can edit and automate as necessary. Same thing with Friday recognition. You can save a template, cut and paste it, make it sound like you, update it a little bit, add a new picture, and then you're good to go. You're not having to think about verbiage. You're not having to think about a whole lot. It's super easy to go through. When it comes to templates, Facebook, the What Did You Share page, the Visly page, the project broadcast page, there are tons and tons and tons of different templates for you to use. If you're on a crunch for time, guys, use one of those templates, read through it, make it your own. That way you don't have to start from scratch. I always use other people's things as inspo to make it mine. And then the last thing when it comes to systems and automation is make a commitment. If you're going to commit to do something, go all in, stay the course, and figure out if it's going to work for you. But you have to stick with it longer than just 2 weeks. You have to. I know that it can be super frustrating when it seems like your team's not listening. Nobody else is doing systems. I'm doing it, but nobody's listening to me. Guys, I've been there. Lots of your upline directors have been there. You have to show up every single day for the one that you don't even know that you're changing their life, because that's what we do here. We do it for the one. And it took me over a year of preaching on systems and showing everybody that I'm working my systems and I'm doing my things for anybody else to catch on to all of that. But now that they've caught on, there's tons and tons of different versions of the things that I set up because they know that it works. So if you know that it works, continue to do it. When I say when you know it works, I mean has another leader before you done this system and it's working for you because you can actually work it? Or are you trying to recreate the wheel? Keep things simple, keep things easy, make your team want your job, and save yourself time, energy, and money. Last thing I want to talk about is bulk sampling. If you can find a good Scentsy customer, a high schooler, a college student that can make bulk samples for you, I absolutely suggest that you do that. You don't have to pay them money. You can give them free Scentsy with your stock or with hosting a party and getting them free and half off. Don't waste your time on things that need to be done but can't be done by you. For instance, I can't ask a college student to follow up with my customers or to have joint conversations, but I could teach my old lady neighbor next door to create my washer whip samples. I create the labels, I give her all the stuff, I give her one example, she makes it, brings it back, I give her some free Scentsy. Do not feel like that is a bad thing to do. That is a smart business decision. And if you do decide to pay somebody, pay them super minimum wage. It's a business write-off, but that is going to save you time where your time can be spent more valuably, if that makes sense. Show up every single day like you are meant to be there. have open communication, create those systems, make your life simple. Love y'all. Mean it.